We're going to take you live now to Sydney, where the New South Wales Premier and Police Commissioner are providing an update on a series of anti-Semitism incidents in Sydney in recent days. Let's take a listen in.
And of course, specialist resources when needed, for example, forensics officers and others. So again, I appeal to anyone out there who knows who has perpetrated these disgusting offences to come forward and tell police who they are. We will continue pursuing them until we find them. I'll now hand over to the Premier and then take questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Police Commissioner. Thanks everyone for being here in Cogra on a Sunday morning. Obviously, this is an escalation in anti-Semitic crime in New South Wales. Police and the government remain very concerned that an accelerant may have been used in Newtown on Saturday morning. This would lead everyone to believe that this escalation is very concerning, not just for the Jewish community, but for the wider community. We are, of course, appalled to see anti-Semitic crime on the streets of Sydney in New South Wales. There is never any justification for this kind of racist, anti-Semitic targeted attacks on members of our community. We live in a beautiful multicultural community, but it rests on the premise that people are free to practice their religion, free from discrimination, violence, hatred and racism. And that is exactly what we've seen over the last 48, 72 hours. I want to make it very clear that the New South Wales Police have a comprehensive criminal investigation taking place across multiple levels in the state today. That includes the Counter-Terrorism Command, state crime, as well as local resources. It's also important to note that New South Wales Police on Thursday released an image of a man who's wanted for questioning in relation to the vandalism at Alawa Synagogue. Now, no one has come forward with information in relation to who that person is. And I want to make it very clear that that image was very clear. It did identify that individual, and there is someone out there in the community today who knows who this person is. You've got an obligation to report that to Crime Stoppers or the New South Wales Police. That's everyone in our community's responsibility. No one would like or tolerate or put up with this kind of vandalism, this racist vandalism on their house, their place of worship, their school, their community. It shouldn't be tolerated anywhere on the streets of Sydney. So if you know this individual, if you have any information as to who he is, please report it to New South Wales Police or Crime Stoppers or 000 as soon as possible. I would say that you've got an obligation to do that. We don't want to see these horrific criminal attacks escalating in New South Wales. That means the comprehensive police response will continue, as will the government's support for Jewish institutions to beef up and upgrade security presence and personnel in the coming weeks. This is obviously a fraught time in the city's history, but we need to stick together. We need to make sure police are adequately resourced to conduct these investigations. And most importantly, if you've got any information about people or individuals who are racist at heart, who are committing these criminal acts, who are attempting effectively to rip our community in two, you've got an obligation to tell someone about it today.